Hello friends, I'm going to be talking to the ladies today. If you're a woman over 40 or 50, dealing with hot flashes, fatigue, mood swings, or if you're like me, dealing with this midsection, trying to get the weight to budge and it just won't budge, let me tell you something. What you eat first thing in the morning matters more than ever. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 high-protein breakfast recipes that will ease your menopause symptoms, boost your energy, and leave you feeling satisfied until your next meal. So if you're looking for simple, nutritious recipe ideas that really taste good, you're in the right place. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do so now and come back for some more food and wellness tips. I'm sure you're all aware that during menopause, your estrogen levels drop. And that hormonal shift can make you more prone to weight gain, muscle loss, and blood sugar level swings. I'm experiencing all of these changes, so I did some research to understand how to fight against these symptoms. For one, you need protein. Protein is king, especially first thing in the morning. All right, let's get into these recipes. The first recipe I'm going to share with you today is from smoothie lovers. It is a fast recipe, obviously, smoothie. It's totally customizable and very satisfying. So I'm going to show you the ingredients. I have them right here. This is a totally customizable smoothie, so you can swap out ingredients as you see fit. But just keep in mind, we're looking for high protein. Milk, you can use any kind of milk you like. This is whole milk. This is whole milk. I prefer whole milk. We have some cashews. These cashews have been soaked in, I soak them in hot water for 30 minutes. You can also soak them in cold water overnight so that they're smoother, softer and easier to break. And they'll blend more easily. We have some dates here. Soak overnight in cold water or for 30 minutes in hot water. Some oats, some old-fashioned oats. And then I have some other added ingredients, some cinnamon and a little vanilla extract. Oh, it's lovely. And some maca powder, which, oh, did I say banana as well? Banana, let's not forget banana. Maca powder, which is high in protein. It is an energy booster. It also, a stamina, an energy booster. And it is also purported to help with your mood. So if you're one of those people who are suffering with mood issues due to your menopause, maca powder is meant to help. It is also, I said, high in protein, so it helps with other menopausal issues. Maca powder is great. Now, you can create this smoothie without maca powder. You're still getting a lot of protein here, but this just gives it another, push and makes it higher in protein content. And as I said before, banana. Half a banana is all that's needed. We want to make sure we're not adding too much sugar. Okay, so you'll see here, I didn't add any protein powder. Protein powder, as I understand it, can often create gut issues. That's something I have enough issues around in this area as it is. The weight, the bloating, sometimes gut issues too. So I'm not risking protein powder. I think you can also get some allergic reactions from it if you use it too much. And there's also the understanding of how much to use. It's a bit of a difficult. Some people have difficulties with it. So I prefer to use other more things that derive from natural, like for instance maca powder, which is derived from maca root, rather than protein powder. Okay, so let's get to it. I'm going to make it right now. I don't know if I gave you the actual amounts. So this is 1 cup of pre-soaked cashews going in here. There's about half a cup. I think there's 1, 2. I have 4 of these medjool dates. Those. This is a 1/4 cup of old-fashioned oats. 1/4 cup of old-fashioned oats. Whoop. 1 cup of, oh no, let's do this first. Banana. Half a banana. I hadn't peeled it yet because I didn't want it to go brown. So half of a banana. Let's put it in there. But this one was a little sweet. They managed to ripen on me a little bit too much for me. So if you, to avoid the sugar, high sugar content in banana, you can just make sure you use one that's less, you know, it's got less of the browning on the skin. A cup of milk. This is half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And the maca powder, which is also half a teaspoon. Pop them in there. I'm using my NutriBullet. Yeah, this is a thick, very filling smoothie for two. Oops. We got it? All right. God, I'm making a mess of this, aren't I? So this is delicious. You can, as I said, you can use this as a base with the cashews as the base, with some milk, and change around, add some more spices if you like. You can you can not have the maca powder in it if you don't want it. I think it's a good idea because it is a good source of protein. Banana, you could actually not use the banana at all as well. So if you're trying to find an option for lowering the sugar content, you can either use less dates, but less dates do have some protein in them, or you could just not use a banana at all. So it's totally up to you. And the old-fashioned oats as well, good source of protein. I think I would prefer to make this the day before, put it in the fridge so it's nice and cold. I'm going to put the rest of this away. This I'm going to enjoy tomorrow, or maybe the wonderful man in my life. In fact, I'll give it to him for tomorrow morning. He'll have that. And I'll finish this off maybe, and we'll move on to recipe 2. So the next recipe is a scramble power bowl. That's what we're calling it. That's what we're calling it, scramble power bowl. Power because of the protein, obviously. Those ingredients that are high in protein are eggs, that's what we're scrambling, spinach, fresh, raw, I'm not cooking it, so that it keeps its nutrients, and tuna. I use tin tuna. This is albacore tuna. So just use the tuna you would always use. Sorry, why do I always do that? I always eat. The rest of the ingredients, some avocado, tomato, and I will sprinkle with some flaxseed. And of course, season with some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, the good stuff, and some apple cider vinegar, and then maybe a sprinkle of salt. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to scramble these eggs. I'll be back. Okay. So now that the eggs are scrambled, I scrambled them in my little saucepan, my milk pan. Now that they're scrambled, I'm going to I'm going to transfer the scrambled eggs to my bowl. I'm going to fill the bowl up with the ingredients, and that's it. So, put that over here. And so what I do now is, I've got a fork here. I always buy solid. I think I mentioned I buy solid albacore tuna whenever I can. And this was solid, so I just separated it out. I'm going to put that next to I'm going to use like 2/3 of it, I think. Needs mashing a little bit. I used the fork and I mashed it some. And then, I think I need a camera for this. Right, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Hold on. I'm sorry. I know I should have made sure you could see it. So here we are. I've put in the scrambled egg, about 2/3 of the tuna, and I'm going to add the spinach. I'm just going to put it here, and that's just about a handful of spinach. Not going to cut it anymore. I've got to stop chewing when I'm showing you what to do. And then we're going to add about a quarter of avocado. And I'm just going to dice it, I think. It's about a quarter, right? Is that a quarter? Where's my spoon? Spoon it out. No, I want more. I want more. A little bit more. There we go. It's avocado. Then some tomato. Yeah, here we have. I have a bowl. Tasty bowl. What I'm going to do now is season it a touch. Just a little bit of, and I'm not going to put the apple cider vinegar on the egg because that doesn't taste good to me. I'm using the cap. But I am putting a little bit on the tuna because I like apple cider vinegar on the tuna. And then the same for the rest. I'm just seasoning the veggies with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to put a touch, and this is purely up to you, a touch, like a pinch of salt here and there. Not necessary if you don't need it, you don't require it. And then I'm going to sprinkle on some flaxseed. Just a little bit. Just like that, not much. And there we have it. A lovely tuna scramble, tomato, spinach, avocado with some flaxseed and some apple cider vinegar and what's this called? Extra virgin olive oil. There we go. Oh, I love it. This is really good. The egg is very high in protein. If you prefer to eat egg white, you can do that. You can just use egg whites instead of using the yolk. Although my understanding is that the yolk has a touch more protein in it. So maybe you'll do something like 2 egg whites and 1 yolk, or just all egg whites if that's how you eat your eggs. But I love the yolk. It's my favorite part. So I don't have it as it is, and it is very tasty. Would also be good in here with some chives or the green parts of the scallion. That would also go really nice in that. And spice, if you like spice, would be really nice. Some people can't take spice in the morning. I can. So I see nothing wrong with some spice in here. But it's a very tasty dish that's full of protein and a good way to start your day. I don't know why I don't start my day more often like this, because this is something you can do ahead of time. You can prepare the bowl, leave the eggs, do the eggs in the morning. Some people scramble their eggs and leave them overnight, just heat them up a bit. But you can prepare this, so the avocado might go a bit brown. You'd have to leave the avocado till later. But this is something you could prepare, have it ready, and just, zhuzh, do it in the morning and do it really quickly. This is, I think, to be honest with you, this is just as quick as preparing the smoothie. So this is a very satisfying breakfast. I really like this. really do. Just as much as the other one, to be honest with you. I'm glad my research has taken me down this lane of finding high protein breakfast ideas, because it's something clearly that I need, and unless I do this research, things don't occur to me. So I tend to I don't really have a high protein breakfast. So I'm glad. I will change my ways from now on. Let's go on to the number 3. If you prefer something cool and sweet, let's try this, what is it called? Let's try this Greek yogurt parfait. It's lovely and it's really easy. Of the 3, I think this one's the easiest. Although there's a little preparatory work, which is, I'll tell you the ingredients. And here we have them. Greek yogurt, chia seeds, some berries, I'm using blackberries, pumpkin seeds, and cinnamon. That's it. And we're just going to layer it. That's it. Where's my spoon? This was for me to mix the chia seeds. What I did first was mix the chia seeds with the yogurt, the Greek yogurt, so that the chia seeds would swell. It's a good idea whenever you're adding chia seeds to a dish, to a drink or anything, any kind of meal, that you allow them, soak them in either an ingredient it's going to be in, or in water, so they'll swell. You don't want them swelling as you're digesting them. It's not a good idea. So make sure they've done their job and they're nicely swollen, so that you can get the benefits and not any weird complications. We don't want weird complications. So what I'm going to do is, as I said, I'm just going to layer chia seeds. I've mixed the chia seeds and the yogurt together. Get off. This is 1 cup Greek yogurt. That's the majority of it there. Now I am literally going to add these on top, like so. It's just a really simple breakfast. You can go on here. And that, I think, is half a cup of berries. I'm not sure. I don't know if I measured these, but enough for 1 portion. Then I'm going to sprinkle with pumpkin seeds. I'm going to let them fall all over. Let them fall all over the table, my tray here. And then just a dusting of cinnamon. You could add honey. You shouldn't, but you could. So if you are in need of honey, you can always add honey. Drizzle some honey on top. Excuse me. And look. It's gorgeous. Lovely. Where's my spoon? And this is a really simple one, right? We got probiotics. We have calcium. We have protein. And plus we have the hormone supporting seeds. I like it. This is another one that can be made the night before, particularly as you need to let those chia seeds swell. So this one you can make the night before. You can literally layer it, put something over it. If you have jars that have lids, and Bob's your uncle, you're good to go. Before we wrap up, I want to talk about some of the things we should avoid. What things I'm avoiding, or trying to avoid, let's be honest, which are muffins, bagels, and toast. All the things I really enjoy having for breakfast, but they spike your blood sugar. It's not a good way to start your day. Do we know this already? I think I knew this already, but it doesn't matter. I'm still eating bagels, toast, and muffins. That's what I've been eating, even though I knew this. So I think it's important to remind ourselves of what we should be feeding ourselves with, particularly if we're dealing with menopausal symptoms, because those 3 items for sure are not going to help you. They'll spike your sugar, you'll crash, and then you'll just go looking for something just like it in the same family, continue to spike your sugar all day long, wonder why you've got these mood swings and all other kind of symptoms that come when you're a woman over a certain age. So let's all promise ourselves then we're going to wean ourselves off, or at least reduce the amount, right? Reduce the amount of breads, muffins, bagels we eat. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try. These recipes today is a great start, I think. I think my favorite was the power bowl, the scrambled power bowl, and I also very much liked the protein smoothie, which is just a good idea when I'm not in the mood for anything too elaborate. The last one is very nice, but I'm more of a savory person than something sweet. I'd be more inclined to have that after dinner. What we need to do is to choose items that are centered around protein, fiber, healthy fats, and hydration, right? So that's our plan. That's what we're going to do. Are you with me on this? So there you have it, 3 high-protein breakfasts to fuel your day and to support your body through menopause. Which one are you going to try first? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you're interested in a part 2 of this, maybe lunch or some snack ideas, I'm full of them. I did all my research, so I'm happy to share. So if you can, like, subscribe, and share with a friend, perhaps that needs this information just like we do. And I'll see you in the next video. So until then, eat well. Take care. Bye-bye.